Hey everyone, it's Julie and David. On today's Did You Know show, we are bringing you the October housing market update for Lodi.
All right guys, so here we have the latest data for the housing market in Lodi. In September here, we had 74 new listings, which is the light green bar here that you see on the screen. Actually, we had a decline of about 19 new homes versus the previous month. In August, there were 95 new listings. That's a kind of an unwelcome trend if you're a buyer looking for a home in Lodi, because the previous 3 months in June, July, and August, each month we saw an increase of homes coming on the market. That's a trend we've seen here in San Joaquin County as well. It's a welcome trend if you're a buyer, but for some reason in Lodi, we saw another decrease in homes. But looking back 1 year ago, and last September, there were 76 homes on the market, and last month I said there were 74, so similar trend as 1 year ago. Now looking at the homes for sale, actually the homes that sold, it really did spike up to 91 homes sold in Lodi last month. That's an increase from the previous month. So lots of activity and robust market still happening in Lodi. Let's take a look at the days on market graph next.
All right, so the next chart we're looking at here is the average days on market for homes for sale in Lodi in September 2021. For the month of September, it was just 19 days, as you can see here. And really throughout the entire year of 2021, the highest point was in January, just 31 days, which is not a horribly long time. If you see in the summer months, June and July, it was pretty low, down to 13 days on average that a house was for sale before it went pending. And of course, most recently, just 19 days on the market.
Yeah, in January, really, the winter months, that's pretty typical to see a longer days on market. Less buyers are typically in the market at that point in time. But Lodi homes in June and July were selling like hotcakes. Man, just 13 days on the market. That's really not sustainable nor normal. So we're starting to get back to some more normal levels. But I do want to talk about the green line across the top here on the chart. This represents the list to sales price ratio. And for the first time in 8 months, it's dropped just slightly below 100%. So the list to sales price ratio means how much are homes selling for versus what they're listed for. So for the last 8 months of 2021, the homes have been selling at or above the list price. And for the first time, we've seen just a decline of that. Still at 99%, which is really good if you're thinking about selling your home. But for the first time, like I said, it has come down. And the last time it was like that was, where's that on the chart? About November of 2020 or so, if I'm seeing that correctly. So still a great time, but I just want to point out that key metric here. Next, let's look at what the median sold price of homes are right now in Lodi.
All right, guys, so the final bit of data we're bringing to you from the City of Lodi Housing Market Update is the median home sales price. So for last month, September, that was $493,000. That was the median sales price in Lodi, down just a hair from the month prior. And actually, it was up 11.5% from a year ago. Now, if you look at 2020 and you see here, things were relatively stable. They definitely started to creep up in 2021. Again, we had record low inventory. We've talked about that all year long. The housing market was extremely competitive. And again, most recently, we ended with a median of $493,000. Wow. Now, David, I know there's been some predictions recently regarding, what's to come in the future. What do you think we might be seeing?
Well, the National Association of Realtors recently said, and actually 3 or 4 other organizations gave the predictions for home prices in 2022, and on average they're 4 to 8% on the high end. Let's stick with 5%. So I just want to point out, if we use the example of 493,000 here in September of 2021, a 5% gain is roughly 25,000. So a house today at 493, next year at some point should reach about 525. So almost kind of back to normal historic, housing gains, a normal market, a healthy market where we're seeing normal appreciation. So nobody is predicting a crash or a downturn, just moderate home appreciation. So that's great if you're a seller, if you've already purchased. If you're a buyer and you're kind of on the fence, you might want to rethink your strategy and buy before prices will continue to rise, they're saying, and they are predicting interest rates to rise as well next year at some point in time. So in my opinion, yeah, you do want to buy just to get ahead of the rate increase, more importantly. But that's kind of off topic. But these were your Lodi Housing Market update for the month of October 2021. Anything else to add?
No, I think we covered it. We will be back bringing you more information and more updates next month. Thank you for joining.
All right, guys, if you are on YouTube today, we love that you've joined us and watched this video. If you want to see more updates for the Lodi Housing Market and all things real estate related, hit that subscribe button right down below, and we will see you soon. Thank you for watching.